Hi there, and welcome to your 30-minute Yin practice. This Yin practice is going to motivate you to actually sit in discomfort. Now, I know those words come together just kind of don't make much sense, but honestly, what I mean by motivate you to sit in discomfort is to allow yourself to actually notice the sensations that come up for you while you are in a position, in a pose that is challenging the thought process that goes through your mind. So to begin, what I invite you to do is find yourself in a nice, tall, seated, comfortable position. You can either have your legs crossed as I am, or allow yourself to have your legs out straight. As long as you're able to breathe right into your belly and drawing your tailbone down. Let's begin. This practice is to allow ourselves to sit in the discomfort of being, of not having control over what occurs, but rather focus on having control over how we take actions that support us and the way we wish to live in the world. So as you continue to connect with your breath, ask yourself, how well am I digesting the experiences of my life? Am I assimilating and taking what serves me? Clarify your intention here, your intention for your practice. Continuing to take deep inhales right into your belly, expanding forward. Exhaling, drawing your belly in towards your spine. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling fully. Continuing with this breath, I invite you to repeat, I am connected and empowered. I am connected and empowered. I am connected and empowered. Nice deep long inhale. Exhaling fully. Your next inhale, begin to draw your hands together in front of your heart. We're going to introduce a mudra, Matangi Mudra. So continue with your eyes closed. Interlace your fingers right in front of you. So imagine that you're clasping your hands together. And from here, spread your middle fingers forward. So stretch them out. You're going to be pressing your middle fingers together so the rest of your fingers are clasped. Now from here, just gently draw your hands down onto your lap. This mudra is great for balancing inner power and clarity. You're inviting the energy to draw from your periphery towards your center. From here, just begin to pay attention to your thumbs. And I invite you to take your left thumb and put it over top of your right if it isn't there already. Your breath remains the same. Inhaling deeply into your belly. Exhaling fully. I am connected and empowered. Your next inhale, begin to draw your hands together in front of your heart. And if you like, place your palms, place your thumbs over top of your third eye. With your exhale, gently release. If you're on a block, gently remove your block. If you have a blanket, I highly suggest you grabbing a blanket and placing it towards the back of your mat. We're moving into what we call melting heart pose. So in the standard flow practice or hatha practice, this would be called a puppy pose. So placing your knees over top of your blanket, you don't need to. If you want, you can also fold your mat just to allow for that extra cushioning on your knees. Begin to walk your palms way forward towards the top of your mat. And when you're ready, very gently, drawing your chest down towards your mat. You're wanting to relax your shoulders on your back, keeping your sit bones, keeping your hips over top of your knees. So imagine that you're taking your booty out. You can either stay like this, or if you're finding that this is a bit too uncomfortable, or if there's any sort of pain, pay attention to that pain. And notice if it's a pain of discomfort or if it's a pain of actual hurting. If it's hurting, please step out of this pose. If it's a pain of discomfort, I invite you to stay as you are and gently play with that edge. Now from here, if you have a block, if you'd like, place your block underneath your forehead. Or simply allowing your chin to come over top of your mat. If you have a puppy, just let them do their thing. They'll sniff and walk away. Continuing to draw your chest down onto your mat. Now, if a block isn't available to you, you can bend into one of your arms and place your forehead over top of your palm or your hand, the back of your hand. If you have chosen to bend into one arm, I invite you to extend that arm forward and begin to bend into the opposite. Just allowing for that extra balance. And if neither one of these options seems okay for you, you can bend into both of your arms and stack them one over top of the other. So gently begin to move out of this pose, coming into hands and knees. Whenever you're ready, just gently come all the way down onto your mat. We're going to be moving into Sphinx Pose. So coming down onto your belly, relaxing your legs behind you, bend into both of your elbows and placing your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Drawing those shoulders down and back, just creating some space right into your chest, so opening your chest forward. And slowly staying here. Now, if this is too much of a back bend for you, you can always walk your palms a little further forward, drawing your elbows so that they're coming a little further towards the top of your mat. You're continuing to breathe here, so it's not so much a passive pose. You're wanting to feel that lengthening right around your chest, your lower back. As you slowly, with your exhale, come all the way down, releasing your arms, stacking one hand over top of the other and placing your chin over top of your hands. You can gently wiggle from side to side, just allowing some ease into your lower back. Whenever you're ready, as you inhale, placing your palms underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes in and slowly pressing yourself up into a tabletop position. I'm going to get a couple of cat-cows here, gently flowing in time with your breath. Trying your best not to make this movement too deep. Once you've completed that movement that feels so good in your body, slowly sitting down onto your heels, coming down onto your left hip and sitting down, drawing your feet together. So we're moving into a butterfly form. You're creating a bit of a diamond shape here with your legs by moving your feet slightly further away. So avoid drawing your heels in towards your groin area. I know that's more of a tighter yang butterfly, but we're trying to connect ourselves towards that soft tissue, the connective tissue. So slowly folding forward, allowing your back to round, your head's folding forward. Now, if your head doesn't reach your feet, I invite you to place your head over top of your palms. So bend into your elbows so that your palms reach up towards your head. Now, if you are experiencing any type of sciatica discomfort, then I highly suggest you grabbing one of your blocks and sitting up on a block. Noticing your breath. Either extend your palms forward so that your forearms are supported by your mat. One thing that I'd like you to really consider is avoid drawing your head down. So avoid hanging your head. Noticing that lengthening happening at the backs of your legs or around your hamstrings and opening up through your hips. So the idea is for you to actually feel that discomfort of wanting to get out of your pose, but connecting to your breath and connecting to your mind for continuing to stay right where you are. Getting a couple of visits from the pup. One of the things that I enjoy about my home practice is that it actually really does challenge me to stay right in the moment that I find myself in. On your next inhale, very slowly begin to press yourselves to a seated position, placing your palms behind you and slowly rock from side to side. So you begin to take your feet wider than your mat, keeping your knees bent. So imagine that you're wanting to emulate a crab-like figure. So taking your feet out wide, now from here, begin to extend your legs out. You're coming into a wide-legged seated position. So you can allow your feet to kind of flop in and out, however that may be for you. Just simply pay attention to the backs of your knees. If at any point you do find that you may be pushing yourself a little too much, or like I said, the backs of your knees are causing you a little bit of pain, then bend into your knees. So once again, moving into that crab-like shape. Imagine that you're creating an M with your legs. And just stay as you are. For me, I'm going to extend my legs out wide, placing my forearms over top of my block. Now, the reason that I like to use my block here, even though that I could go a little deeper, a little lower without my block, I really enjoy using the block here to allow for a lengthening in my spine. You can curve in your upper back slowly. However, if you do experience low back pain or any issue that you are having to deal with right now, I invite you to remove that extra flexion of your spine, so allowing yourself to stay up high. If folding forward isn't accessible to you right now, then simply placing your palms down with your arms relatively straight and staying up high is the pose that you would like to take right now. Now from here, with your palms at the backs of your knees, begin to bend your knees, placing your feet so that they are mat width apart, and begin to knock your knees in towards each other, leaning back. Continue with these windshield wipers. Bringing some ease in your lower back and in your hips. Remember, the connection is your breath. From here, we're going to begin to draw ourselves down onto our backs. So if you have any socks, then grab your socks, put them on your feet. A blanket, have it nearby. So as you lay flat down on your back, begin to draw your left knee in towards your chest, and with your exhale, twist over towards your right. You're extending your left arm to your side and to a T, so at the level of your shoulder. And with your right palm, you're placing your right palm over top of your left knee and twist. So once again, noticing with that edge, what is the edge for you? Is it to keep your knee bent? Is it to extend your leg to the side? Whatever that edge is to you, I invite you to take that pose. Try not to push yourself into this twist. Simply allow gravity to do the work. The beauty of the Yin Yoga practice is that not only are you accessing the connective tissue in your body, that fascia, you are also accessing the stillness of your mind here. So the mind is wanting to get you out of the poses. However, you are actively working to stay in that discomfort. As you inhale, begin to unwind, releasing that left leg. And whenever you're ready, bending into both of your knees, readjusting and extending your left leg forward. Inhale deeply, and with your exhale, begin to twist over towards your left this time. You can either keep your face looking upwards, or if you'd like, with your next exhale, begin to take your face, your head, over towards your right. You can either stay as you are, or if you'd like to go a little deeper, on your next exhale, begin to turn your head over towards the right. You might notice that you may go a little deeper into this pose on this side. Continuing to breathe here. So there are longer holds in your yin practice. Usually the muscles want to take over and push you even further. And with yin, you're wanting to relax your muscles so that you can get into that connective tissue. Whenever you're ready, as you inhale, coming back to center, begin to position yourself for your final pose. Relaxing your legs, taking them as wide as you can. Reaching your arms out, so expanding them open. Palms face up, relaxing those shoulders. Letting your legs fall as they may. Begin to connect to your breath. Slowing down your breath. Notice how you feel right now. See the ease compared to how you began your practice. In this very moment, any tension that you notice at the beginning of practice, let it release fully. With every inhale, bring in this fullness, this vibrancy. And with every exhale, release fully any tension that you're holding on to. Though you may not sweat during your yin practice, you are working very hard. You're working areas of your body and your mind that you don't necessarily get a chance to work any other time. Stretching is one thing, but your yin practice goes a little deeper. So really, when you're wanting to gain any flexibility, yin is a really great practice to take, to do at home. It invites you to stay in discomfort, in pushing your edge, not only understanding what your edge is, but allowing you to move even past it. Much like our emotions and much like any circumstance we would like to get out of in life, running doesn't necessarily help with the solution, but it's rather sitting in that discomfort of the circumstance that allows you to grow, allows you to learn a lesson, so that from there, your actions are much more focused. From here, you can extend your stay in Shavasana for however long you like. Namaste.